Well, hello. Yes, you're back again, and so am I. This is Sandi Ballard, your host for the Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. So, wow, let's see. Website, www.growingforward.biz, B-I-Z. And I'm not sure, I've said this before, if you want to be on my Monday and Friday email list, text the words Monday Motivate, but all one word, no space, to the number 22828. So Monday Motivate, all one word, to the number 22828, and that will get you signed up. I think you have to then, it'll prompt you to put in your email address, but that'll get you to where you get this in your Monday morning email. So thanks again for being here, for listening, for sharing, and for working on you, because you're listening to this for a reason, and hopefully it's a good one. It's been definitely been clear to me, as I'm writing these podcasts and working on things in my own life and business. It's all kind of one, isn't it? But it's definitely been clear to me who I can ask for help, who I can depend on, can't depend on, how I ask them, and what I need them to do, but also what they have time to help with. So last week's podcast, did you determine who you can ask, how, and why? Have you figured out your list of what you need, what's missing? You got to stop avoiding. You got to start making those lists. I know it's tiring. I know it's hard, but what else are you going to do? Are you going to quit? I've had some clients quit. I've had some that I've told maybe they should. Are you going to give up? Roll over? Cry uncle? Or are you just like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine right where I am. I've had clients say that too. And, much like my wise mentor once said, you can't want it more than them. But hopefully, you don't do that. And, if you do, that's cool. The world doesn't need talent or leaders or whatever it is you're selling. It's not like you have told many people, or maybe you haven't told anyone what it is you really want to do with your life or anything, right? So, you haven't shared your goals, your dreams, so no harm, no foul. Status quo's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong. You're good. But if so far, then own it. And, but then don't bitch. Like a previous podcast, I said, if you're not going to put forth the effort, then you have no right to complain, and you have no right to be peanut butter and jealous, do you? And then on the flip side, you're like, wait, no, Sandi, that's not me. I haven't given up. I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I just don't know how. I'm not hiding my goals and my excitement for what I do. I've shared it, but people love what I do, what I sell, what I make, but I've talked to people about this. They've gotten me so excited, and maybe so excited that you actually did something about it and turned it into a business. Maybe it was a hobby and you've turned it into a business. So what do you do? Do you throw in the towel too? Or do you ask someone to help? Maybe the first person you asked got you into this mess. Maybe the first person you asked said no. Maybe the person got you so excited, pumped up, your confidence is so just huge that now you're like raring to go. You've gotten everything lined up except the next steps. Perhaps you assumed this big rah-rah person, the one who got you into this excited, hot mess of excitement, you thought was going to be there right by your side the whole way. Did he or she say that? No, you just assumed. Did you ask what he or she can do to help? Or did you just assume? Did you ask how he or she was going to be part of this? Or did you just assume? That's why you have to not assume and ask. Some people in life and in your world are visionaries. Some are the doers. Some are the connectors. There's the detail people. Some people can be idea people, but also can help with the details, the confidant. They're all those things in one, like a coach. But this is why I asked you to make a list, so you can talk with the people about their role, or see if you need to hire someone, or collaborate. You could trade services. So the expectations are there, and you're not disappointed, or perhaps you're less disappointed because you know what to expect. You know what the other person who you spoke with is going to do, or they say they're going to do. Because I'm not saying this is foolproof, as some people also don't know how to say no, and they don't know how to set up healthy boundaries themselves. But you figure that out. In a sense, it's sort of like a tryout. You don't normally get on a sports team or golf team, any kind of team, without trying out, do you? You have to say what you're good at and prove it. You don't get on a board of directors, usually, without an interview, without talking about your strengths and your commitment and what committees you'd like to be part of. So again, look at your life, your business, the people in it and around it, and find your quote-unquote board of directors. And, you set those expectations. Setting them can help you lessen the disappointment, if not get rid of it altogether. And you can create momentum, see some progress, make any adjustments along the way if needed, accomplish your goals and achieve your success. But like last week with Steve Jobs, I used his image there, and it was like nothing great in this world or in business is done alone. So, and you've heard me use the term, it's a quote in my book. I've said it a lot lately, it seems like. I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it. And so you gotta look through that, and it's gonna be hard. Yeah, things get easier with time, or get easier with skill and knowledge. But there's days, I guess we wouldn't really appreciate the good days if we didn't have a few bad ones here and there. So this week is sort of a bit of a review, but much like I tell the majority of my clients, rarely does anyone take action the first time. Or they might start and get overwhelmed, or fear hits and they back off. I actually just got an email from a client. I had her fill out a postcard. In 30 days, I will. And she filled it out. Well, I mailed it to her, and I emailed her because I hadn't heard from her, and emailed her again because I knew when I get no response, that means they're avoiding. And the email reply was, I got the postcard, and I couldn't believe I had not done one damn thing on it. And I replied back, and I said, I was glad that you admitted it. And I told her, I said, I've talked with you about this, and I talked her off the I'm going to give up stage. But I let her know many people don't do much the first time because you gotta process it, and sometimes you just get overwhelmed. But I also talked her through, she's got to stop beating herself up, because you're not going to start again. You're not going to even take that first step if you're just sitting there reviewing what you have not done. So, speaking of review, let's make your list. What's missing, what you need, who's in your environment, your world, who you're asking, why and how. But I want you to tell me, when is a time that you expected something from someone, and why? How'd that expectation get set? Has it been resolved? Or are you still stewing about it? Okay? Email me, sballard, S as in Sandi, Ballard, Ballard, at growingforward.biz, B-I-Z. Or post here in your comments, but tell me about that. When did you have an expectation? Because a lot of times we'll assume, like I said earlier, and that expectation is set without the real expectations and the boundaries set up. And then we set ourselves up for disappointment. A lot to think about, right? So email me again, sballard@growingforward.biz. And if you can't stop stewing and you can't figure out how to move forward, let's set up a strategy session and let's get through this. All right? Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.